Hello there. Today's topic is the importance of welcoming scary honesty, inspired by someone that I was dialoguing with who shared a story of her own experience where her husband told her that he was attracted to other women and that he found one woman in particular attractive, and he told about his interactions with that woman, and he even flirted with some women. Woo, he flirted, and this one woman he really tried to connect with in the sense that he held the door open for her, he kissed her hand and said, "I hope I see you again." So that's a very pointed interaction. And she was wondering, what do I do about this? But she was feeling really, really hurt. And this brings up a very, very, very important point, which is the importance of welcoming scary honesty. I am Shauna White, relationship coach for spiritually awake couples. And today, what I want to point out is what I pointed out to her, which is that there's a moment. There's been a in the story of her relationship. There's been a period of time where their romantic connection, their sexual connection, their energetic connection has dulled down. He said she never flirts with him anymore, is his way of expressing that. So the spark has gone missing in a sense. And he made a decision to share with her what his experience is these days. And he did it the best way that he knew how. He took a chance to share something with her that she would not want to hear. And she's at a crossroads now. How do I handle this? Because she feels hurt and she's not sure whether to, I'll use my words, indulge her feelings of hurt in how she talks to him and relates to him. Or does she take his vulnerability in a kind fashion and take it as information to help them discuss how to reinvest in their connection so that they can deepen their relationship instead of letting the intimacy ebb away? So here are my thoughts. You may already detect that my very firm position is that in a case like this, I see a partner who's struggling. I'm talking about him, who's struggling with the loss of connection and intimacy in their relationship. And he has gathered up the courage to talk to his partner, to talk to her, and to say what's going on for him so that they can work on it together. I don't think that what he did is such a big deal, actually, because part of my perspective on this is that it's important for partners to bring a realistic understanding of what it means to be human and how humanity works to the table. So it is a fact that there are lots of people around, and there are lots of people around who are across the aisle of sexual attraction for any given person we may be talking about. It is a fact that some people will be attractive. It's a fact that we as humans growing in this world, this is how I see the purpose of human existence, is to grow towards our fullest expression of self as love. And so part of that adventure on earth involves that we meet other people who resonate with us in a way that opens up the discovery of something about ourselves. So meeting other people and being attracted to other people is not really about infidelity. It's about, what you do about it might involve infidelity, but the experience of being attracted to other people is actually about discovering more about yourself. That's the highest opportunity and the most I would say the most natural law opportunity that's being presented. Now, what people do with that when they meet someone who's attracted depends on how deep their foundation is in their own awareness about what they're doing here and what personal growth is all about. So, some people are not that grounded in personal growth. And so, if they find someone attractive, whether they're in a relationship or not, they might go to a place of, excuse me, they may go to a place of thinking, this is going to be a fairy tale. Like, how many of us have been programmed by reading fairy tales when we were little? I used to be very upset when I was struggling with my own ideas of love that made me get really out of balance. When I was attracted to somebody, I would curse out fairy tales. At a certain point, I was like, "Why did you program me when I was little?" So anyway, I'm not a victim of that anymore. But so people can get really out of balance if they're already out of balance in themselves, that they don't understand how to connect deep inside themselves as the way they come to each experience. Then if they meet someone attractive, they're going to be like, oh God, I'm having an experience where I feel better. Because when we're not connected inside, we don't feel that great. So then when we meet someone attractive, we're like, oh, I feel good. Now I need this person because I need this person to feel good. So people can go out of balance with that stuff. But, or they can notice, okay, hey, I was attracted to somebody, doesn't mean anything. Or they can be like, oh, I was attracted to somebody. What was it about that experience that made me feel good? Oh, okay. I notice when I feel in that person, I felt this. Whatever, this is self-discovery can happen. But this is part of human experience. So when you're in a partnership, in a committed partnership, if you understand that that's part of human experience and you don't have to be scared of it, then you can actually engage with your partner in a growth experience where whatever that attraction that person, that your partner experienced with somebody and then shared with you, had the courage to share with you, if you can be with them in the awareness process of what that experience brought up for them, and whether that is just something they learn about themselves or it's something that they bring to you because they are wanting to uh, have the relationship grow, the relationship with you grow in a deeper way. It's all information for how do we grow together. Unless if he was saying to her, I'm attracted to somebody else and I'm leaving you, that's different. But that's not what he was saying. He was saying, look, this is what's going on because I'm not feeling connection with you at home. And that means he's making an appeal to deepen his connection with her. And that's a beautiful thing. So scary honesty is to be welcomed, but the problem, the challenge that she's having is that her paradigm is not about growing together. It's not about understanding how humanity works. Uh, just baseline what goes on, like natural law, like I can't get rid of this because it's healthy and it's human, right? Her paradigm is more along the fairy tale line. It's more along the idea that, oh, now that we're married, we only have eyes for each other. And even if we're not connected and we never have any intimate connection for or sex for months on end, the fact that we're married means that he won't ever experience anybody else. And then the fact that he had an attraction to somebody else, she feels hurt. That's a little unrealistic. And I'm not saying that her feelings are not valid, right? Of course, we have to be with our feelings. Something's coming up for her. She's got to be with her feelings. But she is tempted to believe her feelings, to believe that her hurt is the way that she should act towards him now. And if she does that, and this is what I was really strong with her about, if she does that, she's going to shut down his honesty, his courage to be vulnerably honest with her about things that are scary to talk about. That is hugely key. We have to do that in order to have deep intimacy with our partner. You cannot have heartfelt intimacy with your partner if you don't share things that are scary to share when they come up. And she's on the verge of shutting him down for doing that because it scared her. And if she does shut him down for doing that, then her relationship will just start to deteriorate because if the honesty is driven underground because you can't handle it, then what do you have? You don't have anything without deep honesty. So, so it's important to bring it back to you. It's important that you find the courage and the perspective that allows you to listen to understand instead of try to control your partner and also yourself. And really, I would say it's really essential to embrace a growth perspective, but it's not just embracing a growth perspective, it's also kind of understanding how it works so that these things don't freak you out. So that's one of the things that I do help couples with, because I understand that things are scary and deeply, especially when the emotional investment is deep because you really love someone or you built your whole idea of life around being with them, and then something comes up that doesn't fit inside that definition, then that can get very scary. But the more you understand about the depth of how we grow in connection with ourselves and in connection with our partner and walking through this world as uh, in partnership with divine love, with that connection of divine love inside, it really changes all of this. Because basically, if we don't feel connected inside to divine love, then what we're going to end up doing instead is trying to control our life to make our life comfortable. And that's a lie. You just don't have control. So it's okay, though. We're not meant to have control. That's not what planet Earth is about. Um, when we find that inner connection with divine love and really find how to partner with that energy for how we show up in our life and in our relationships, and particularly our intimate partnership, that's when we find how to feel safe without control. And that allows us to go really deep with our partner. And that's what makes a commitment safe, is when you go deep with your partner, it makes this oasis of shared love together that no one would ever want to leave. And the other thing too is that you can only get there with really deep honesty. So I know another concern that people have is that their partner is going to cheat on them and not say anything. That's I wouldn't be okay with that myself. But when you have really, really deep intimacy from scary honesty, built on scary honesty, and not just scary honesty, but deep vulnerability, even when it's scary. When you have that, you have this energetic intimacy between you and your partner that if your partner were to have a secret, he or she can't maintain that depth of intimacy with you. So having the courage and the perspective to go deep with the scary honesty in your relationship with your partner develops a very beautiful, rich, intimate, and safe connection. So I hope that this woman has the courage to go that way instead of to shut him down and feel like she needs to control out of fear. And I hope that you have the courage to make those kinds of choices in your relationship experiences. And that's my message for today. So enjoy the rest of your day.